Hi, my name is Steve. I'm 29 years old and I'm divorced.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for taking the time today. Um, how long ago did you get divorced?
Well, it was May of '09, I guess. So,
This 2009, y'all. This is when the music was different. We ain't have as much technology out, and men were still getting their heads cracked. Pay attention.
almost 3 years.
Almost 3 years. And how long did the process take from the decision to the filing and to the final resolution?
It was less than a year, 8 months, I think.
Okay,
Okay.
Not
pretty
long.
clean.
Did you retain counsel? Did you hire an attorney?
I didn't.
Pause. Death wish. Right then and there, we all know you have to retain counsel, regardless if it's a divorce, custody, or your kids. Right then and there, I feel like men, we try to talk ourselves out of not getting the lawyer, not getting the attorney. It costs nothing up front, but you pay the cost on the back end. But let's tune in to what he's saying. You can tell by the look on his face, it's about to be something wild that comes out his mouth.
I was going to ask you what that cost, but it didn't cost anything if you didn't retain somebody. So
Cost everything.
yeah,
See,
yeah, mistake.
see,
Yeah, it was a
see,
huge mistake.
huge mistake.
Why didn't you retain counsel?
I have a cousin who's an attorney, and I spoke to him and I spoke with his, at the time, his law partner,
Here we go with the reasoning.
and just couldn't, I didn't have the money really to
See,
hire an attorney, and so
see,
everything was somewhat amicable, and it
and I want to pause there. You can tell the dude's definitely very self aware, but it's never amicable. It's never amicable. You think it is until it's not. Let's continue.
seemed like from the conversations that I had with them that it was going to be okay. So just I guess partially it was a financial decision, and partially I felt comfortable, I felt confident, and um,
You can tell
in
he's a well rounded
hindsight,
dude,
that was a pretty big mistake.
man.
Were there any other legal professionals involved?
No, it was fairly clean. We didn't have a mortgage. We didn't have any kids. So we didn't have enough money for there to be a necessity for accountants or anything like that.
And it's good though, because you could tell that he had enough awareness, like to look long term, like, hey, I shouldn't have kids with this person, or like maybe I should test the waters out a little bit. Not too many men make it out of a divorce without kids or mortgage or built-in investment account. So shout out to my dog, and I hope he's doing good.
So she didn't retain counsel either?
She did
Hmm,
eventually, yes.
man.
Well, I guess I kind of know the answer to this before I even ask the question. But if you had to do it over again, what would you have done differently?
I think I would have just been a little more aggressive. I was the one that left. I was the one that wanted to leave and wanted to file. And in an attempt to be gentle or be kind, I was very passive. And I
What he's saying is play to kill, fellas. Play to kill. Play to win. Ain't no rules but winning.
think I should have been more active. Not aggressive, I guess aggressive's the wrong word, but just more active in, um, pursuing the things that I wanted to see happen.
More proactive.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't have kids, so there's no child support, but are you paying alimony?
I'm no longer paying alimony.
Crazy that there are no kids, no child support, but somehow this man is still paying alimony, and it wasn't even a situation where somebody was unfaithful. How does that work?
I was for a while, yeah.
How long were you paying alimony?
Gosh, that's a good question. A year and a half.
Crazy.
The final judgment actually was for permanent alimony,
That's crazy.
and I went back and had to address that later and got it removed.
It's
Permanent
crazy.
alimony. How many years were you married?
6.
Crazy.
Boy, that doesn't make
Come
any
on,
sense.
man. That don't
Yeah,
make
that's
no
what
sense.
happens when you don't get an attorney.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Boy, this stuff in hindsight is pretty easy to see, isn't it?
It's every attorney I've ever talked to, most men who've been divorced, but
Man,
particularly attorneys. I've had attorneys say to me, um, at one particular time, I remember saying, "Whoever represented you should be disbarred." And
man,
I said, "Well, I got to go to law school and pass the bar exam first before they
man,
can take it away
crazy.
from me." So,
Well, it is
Fellas,
an interesting question. I mean, what's the phrase? Anyone who acts as his own attorney has an idiot for counsel or something like that. But I suppose if you ask 10 different people, you get 10 different
yeah.
answers on that.
yeah.
Um, again, knowing what you know now, other than hiring an attorney and being proactive, anything else you would have done differently?
Yeah, I think I would just be, like I said, more proactive. I left, and she said, "Can we wait to file? Do we have to do this right now?" And I said no, because I just didn't. It didn't matter to me. I was out. I was out of the house. I was living on my own. I was working and doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so the
Man,
paperwork was a legal
that pause,
problem that
y'all.
just didn't bother me. And she wanted to wait. And basically what she did is she spent a couple of months going researching and circling her wagons, and then went
Man.
and got an attorney, and
Oh,
she filed. And it was just a mistake.
yeah.
I just should have done it all at one time,
Yeah.
filed left at the same time,
Yep.
and I think I would have. I still am suffering from the financial.
Repercussions.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of those decisions.
Man.
Well, what kind of support did you personally have while you were going?
Hey, listen, this is why I talk brotherhood, y'all. This is what my brand about. Pete, he said, what kind of support did he have? Listen, because this where the man is vanishing. If you ain't pay attention in any other video, listen now. Tune in to what he says about the support system that he has. The divorced man, he gets a moving truck. He doesn't get a village. And this is a prime example.
Through this?
Not very much. My friends, for the most part, were not people who were divorced, and
Crazy.
I just didn't really have anybody around me.
And understand, like, a lot of y'all can even relate. If the person has never been through a divorce, they try to downplay it, or it just really doesn't matter to them. Even if you're going through it, they're like, oh, you'll get over it, because they can't relate. But once they go through it, they want you to comfort them or be there and support them. But let's talk about it. Most of the friends that have never been through it, they really downplay it.
I moved to a different city when I moved out, so I was pretty alone. I smoked a lot of pot, and
And it's crazy because this is how we mask. Instead of seeking brotherhood, a lot of us, we isolate, and that's the exact opposite of the thing that we need to do.
that was my support infrastructure.
Some would argue better than people. Um, so, what advice would you give to someone contemplating divorce?
Listen up, fellas.
I think that's a hard question, because there were people that I talked to who said to me, well, is there anything? Have you done everything you can do? Are you sure that this is the right decision? Are you sure that you should leave? Um, and my best friend, actually, at the time, uh, had grown up with divorced parents. His parents got divorced when he was 5 or 6 years old, and
Yeah.
he didn't like the idea at all,
Yeah.
because it was something he grew up with. It was
Dealt with
something
his
that
whole
he had
life.
struggled with his entire life, and so I don't know what advice I would give to someone. I think for me, because of my circumstances, I would say
Yep.
get an attorney.
Yeah.
Before you do
For sure.
anything, get an attorney, and before you leave or give up anything,
Yeah.
Get your half, get what you want, get
Yeah.
your put some money aside. Don't go into debt
Yeah.
to get out of a marriage that you're unhappy in.
That's key, y'all.
Unless you're in physical harm's way, I just
Yeah.
don't see a reason to be, in a hurry. It's not. it's not going anywhere. If you're miserable now, you'll still be miserable in a year, but maybe you'll be in a better position to get yourself out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I think that's one of the unique things about divorce is everybody's circumstances are unique.
Mhm.
Have you any closing thoughts while we end this interview?
I don't know. I mean, my experience was a very simple experience. The mistakes that I made cost me, what to me was a lot of money,
Yeah.
but I think I came out of it in a best case scenario
Yeah.
with not having a mortgage, not having kids.
Yeah.
We had 2 cars, and I said, which car do you want? And of course, she wanted my car because I had a BMW, and which she hated and never drove. And I still to this day don't understand that particular decision, but it's just the things that people do, I guess. But I left money in the bank and took debt with me, and I just did the wrong things. But
Yeah.
all of I don't even really have a tremendous amount of emotional trauma from the experience. What I have is financial trauma, which I guess makes me angry at times, but it's completely recoverable.
Yeah. Well, listen, Steve, thanks for your time. Really appreciate the thoughts and your perspective on this whole thing. And thanks again.
Yeah, man, and that's about all we got. So the YouTube is called Divorce Men Site. It hasn't been uploaded a video. There's no traction on it since 14 years ago. So hopefully all is well with Steve and the person who runs this channel. And if this video happens to go past Steve, hey, Steve dropped a comment. We'll bring you on. So with that being said, make sure y'all comment,